This module focuses on how to filter. There are several different levels of filter within the student data views. For this particular demonstration, we're going to be working within the student list view. The first level of filter is at the school and teacher levels. If you have a district level authorization, you will be able to see all schools in the district. If you have a classroom or school level authorization, you will only be able to see the students on your roster or at your school level. The first filter is at the school level within the Grid Filters menu. You can click on school name and scroll down to select your school name if you are a district level user. You also can go to district school board, which includes all students that are currently registered within the district school board. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to go to one elementary school. Once you are at the school level, you can click the student level to designate whether you want to look at all students in that school or students in a particular class. If you're going to look within a particular class, you can filter by class and then by teacher. And then by course. The more filters that are applied at the school level, class level, and course level, the less student data will be provided in the student list view. Once you filter down to the students that you are going to be discussing or looking at, you can filter within the student list by clicking on any of the keys in the column next to the column name. So if we were going to filter by early warning system students at risk based on attendance, you would scroll to that particular column using the horizontal scroll bar at the bottom of the page, clicking on the filter key, and checking the boxes of the information you would like to view. In this case, I would like to view only students that are considered at risk and off track for attendance. I would check those boxes and click OK. This will filter down further from that teacher and course number to only students who are meeting that particular indicator. That filter is designated at the bottom of the page with a link that shows which particular filters were applied to the student list view. To make sure that the filters that I want are listed, you can click on that link and look at the different filters that are applied. If at any time you feel like you're not seeing all of the data, you can click on this link at the bottom of the page and reduce the filters that are present. At many times, you may have filters on that you don't want on anymore, and this is a way to get rid of them. So if I only now want to look at off track, I can click on that link, click the X, and get rid of that particular filter after clicking OK. Now the students in my column for off track and my attendance column are only students who have an indicator of off track. To get rid of all of the filters that are applied to this particular list view, I can always click on the arrow in the Grid Buttons menu, expand the menu, and click on the Reset Student Grid button. This will return the student list view to all students that are designated within that school. And in this case, because I'm a district user, it defaults me back to the original school at the top of the list, which is Academy at the Farm. To navigate back to my school, Deer Park Elementary, I would then just click on the menu and go back to the school. The filtering function can be applied to any column in the student list view and organized based on whatever the questions are around the data. One additional way to filter the data is by using the window directly below the column name. So back to attendance, if I were to first filter by the students that are off track and at risk for attendance based on early warning system, and then filter based on any student that had missed more than 5 days, I could go to the column directly to the left, enter in a 5, click the key next to the 5, and select is greater than or equal to. This will provide a filter that shows all the students that are at risk or off track who have missed 5 or more days since the start of the school year. If I go to the bottom of the screen and look in the left-hand corner, I'll see there are 26 students or items, which represents the number of lines or students in this case, that meet the criteria of at risk for attendance at 5 or more days. I can also click on this link again to see what kinds of filters are being applied to my data set. And right now it shows early warning system at risk, off track, and greater than or equal to 5. This particular approach can be applied to any column that has a key next to the name and a window directly below that column name. If I would like to save this filter, I can go to the Grid Filters menu and enter in the name of the filter. And click Save Filter. This filter will now be saved in my Saved Filters menu for the next time that I would like to access these data. I would click on that arrow and scroll down to that particular title, click on it, and it will apply to any grid filter that is set. So even if at the school level I filter down to class and then a particular teacher, that filter will remain applied based on the grid filters that are set. If no data is displayed, that means no students within the grid filters meet the criteria for that particular data filter you have applied. As always, to get rid of your filters, you can click on the arrow under the grid buttons, open up the menu, expand the menu, and click on Reset Data Grid. This will take you back to your original default.